How's it going, YouTube? So we got a CJRB, and if you can't tell from the box, this one's kind of vintage. Well, not really vintage, but definitely older than the newer ones. They come in a way more fancy box, but this is a J1918L-BGN, and I'm sure you know what that means. Not really, but nothing comes in the box besides plastic and some silica. And it's the Maileah that's dirty. This is a Swags design. I do believe this is my first Swags knife. She's done several, I just haven't got my hands on them yet. This knife retails anywhere from 40 to 50 bucks, usually. And there's only one other color. You can get the all black handle, black blade. Don't know why they didn't have a normal blade, because if you know me, I really despise black blades, but Amazon was practically giving them away, so I had to buy one. $17, so how am I going to say no to that? Amazon will get you in trouble. Anyways, you got a 3-inch AR RPM 9 blade. You got a flat grind. I'd call this a sheep's foot. And it says it's a black coating, so that more than likely means PVD coating. Because if it was DLC, they'd be bragging about it, because it's better. But yeah. And I see you guys watching the video not subscribed. Why are you doing that? Subscribe button's right below. This knife has a 2.7 millimeter blade stock, or 0.10, and an overall length of 6.93 inches. Now there's the smaller Maileah, it's 5.51 inches, so this is definitely an upgrade. Let's do the size comparisons. It's a CJRB Ruffian Dirk Pinkerton knife. Slightly bigger. Which Ganzo is this? FH61? Yeah. Ganzo's a little bit smaller, and the Ruffian's a little bit bigger. Here's the Civivi Elementum Warncliffe. Kaiser Sparrow. These are pretty close to the same length, maybe slightly bigger, but very, very close. Two more, just because I got them out. Kaiser Towser S. This reminds me of this knife, kind of. And the QB Hyde. All in the same ballpark. Now let's check out the edge on this knife. Gonna give this chick a haircut. Knife don't want to cut that way. It'd cut better without the coating, but not bad. I made it look duller than it was, but it's sharper than the last 3 knives I got. Got a 3.94 inch handle, 0.38 inches wide, so pretty skinny. And the close width in the pocket is 1.52 inches. And you got T6 on the body screws. T8 on the pivot, and I just noticed the pivot is backwards. Why did they do that? Wow. It's gonna bug me. Weight is 3.6 ounces, and looks like you have one hole for weight relief. But you do have inset liners. Love inset liners. You also have a reversible deep carry clip. See how it goes in and out of the pocket. And the color, I call this OD green. It's got the gold accents, which looks pretty good. It's not really my favorite, but we'll say it matches very well. And you got a liner lock. Good lockup. You got average access, not bad. Could be better, but not bad. You have a couple deployment options. Of course, you got your ambidextrous thumb studs. Reverse flick this knife very easily. Thumb flick it. And you got a front flipper with jimping all the way to the top, but it's not the finest of jimping. They could have went up and over too, but you can do that very easily. The detent's a little bit light, but the detent's good for studs and front flipper. Give it an A on that. You do have a matching back spacer, and I love that the lanyard pin matches the gold. That's just a little extra detail that I didn't have to do, but I like it. And I like that it's a lanyard pin, not a hole. You do have a pretty good sharpening tool. The tool is part of the problem. I'll get into that in a minute, but it's good for sharpening. And talk a little bit more about the blade. AR PM9, that's the CJRB's supposed powder metallurgy. And pretty much on all the CJRB knives and some of the artisan cutlery. Not bad. It's probably in the same range as non-CR, give or take some. So yeah, sharpens very well. I've sharpened several of mine. Sharpens up really well. Yep, I had no problems with it. My dislikes on this knife, why just black blades? Like, I know people like black blades, but a lot of people don't. So if you want at least two models, make one of them without a black blade. And some more, or something early about the knife. The scales are pretty thin, or the handle is 0.38. So you can like tell that in the hand. I think the scales need to be a little bit more thick, or maybe some contouring would help that. I'm not saying it's uncomfortable, it just feels too thin. I don't know. But that's not really a complaint, I guess you could say. It's more of a personal preference. And the real one is like, how are you supposed to hold this thing? This is really the best way to hold it, back here, but you're not close to the blade at all. So you're not going to be able to do fine cutting. What I'd like to do is get up here and do that. This is not a finger tool. It's like stabbing me if I try to use it. If you get a smaller knife like this, they could have made that a finger tool very easily. Oh well. This is an older knife, probably over a year old. Most of y'all already have one. Let me know what you think about it. Should I pick up the small one too? Subscribe if you haven't already. Half of y'all are watching anyway, so subscribe. And give me a like or comment. Let me know what you think on this knife, and I'll see you in the next one.